Acceptance criteria. Ref. IEEE 610. The exit criteria that a component or system must satisfy in order to be accepted by a user, customer, or other authorized entity. Acceptance testing. Ref. After IEEE 610. See also, user acceptance testing. Formal testing with respect to user needs, requirements, and business processes conducted to determine whether or not a system satisfies the acceptance criteria and to enable the user, customers or other authorized entity to determine whether or not to accept the system. Actor. User or any other person or system that interacts with the test object in a specific way. Actual result. Synonyms, actual outcome. The behavior produced, observed when a component or system is tested. Alpha testing, simulated or actual operational testing by potential users, customers or an independent test team at the developer's site, but outside the development organization. Alpha testing is often employed for commercial off-the-shelf software as a form of internal acceptance testing. Audit. Ref. IEEE 1028. An independent evaluation of software products or processes to ascertain compliance to standards, guidelines, specifications, and/or procedures based on objective criteria, including documents that specify the form or content of the products to be produced, the process by which the products shall be produced, and how compliance to standards or guidelines shall be measured. Audit trail. Ref. Aftermap. A path by which the original input to a process, for example, data, can be traced back through the process, taking the process output as a starting point. This facilitates defect analysis and allows a process audit to be carried out. Authentication. See also, authorization, a procedure determining whether a person or a process is, in fact, who or what it is declared to be. Authorization. See also, authentication, permission given to a user or process to access resources. Availability. Ref. IEEE 610. The degree to which a component or system is operational and accessible when required for use. Often expressed as a percentage. Best practice, a superior method or innovative practice that contributes to the improved performance of an organization under given context, usually recognized as best by other peer organizations. Beta testing. Synonyms, field testing, operational testing by potential and/or existing users, customers at an external side not otherwise involved with the developers, to determine whether or not a component or system satisfies the user, customer needs and fits within the business processes. Beta testing is often employed as a form of external acceptance testing for commercial off-the-shelf software in order to acquire feedback from the market. Black box test design technique. Synonyms, black box technique, specification-based technique, specification-based test design technique, procedure to derive and/or select test cases based on an analysis of the specification, either functional or non-functional, of a component or system without reference to its internal structure. Black box testing. Synonyms, specification-based testing, either functional or non-functional, without reference to the internal structure of the component or system. Boundary value, an input value or output value which is on the edge of an equivalence partition or at the smallest incremental distance on either side of an edge, for example the minimum or maximum value of a range. Boundary value analysis. See also, boundary value, a black box test design technique in which test cases are designed based on boundary values. Branch, a basic block that can be selected for execution based on a program construct in which one of two or more alternative program paths is available, for example, case, jump, go to, if then else. Branch testing, a white box test design technique in which test cases are designed to execute branches. Capability Maturity Model Integration, CMMI, Ref. CMMI, a framework that describes the key elements of an effective product development and maintenance process. The Capability Maturity Model Integration covers best practices for planning, engineering and managing product development and maintenance. Certification, the process of confirming that a component, system or person complies with its specified requirements, for example, by passing an exam. Checklist-based testing: an experience-based test design technique whereby the experienced tester uses a high-level list of items to be noted, checked, or remembered, or a set of rules or criteria against which a product has to be verified. Code. Ref. IEEE 610. Computer instructions and data definitions expressed in a programming language or in a form output by an assembler, compiler or other translator. Code coverage: an analysis method that determines which parts of the software have been executed, covered, by the test suite and which parts have not been executed, for example, statement coverage, decision coverage or condition coverage. Commercial: off-the-shelf, COTS, synonyms, off-the-shelf software: a software product that is developed for the general market, that is for a large number of customers, and that is delivered to many customers in identical format. Compiler. Ref. IEEE 610. A software tool that translates programs expressed in a high-order language into their machine language equivalents. Complexity: see also, cyclomatic complexity: the degree to which a component or compliance. Ref. ISO 9126. The capability of the software product to adhere to standards, conventions or regulations in laws and similar prescriptions. Component: synonyms, module, unit: a minimal software item that can be tested in isolation. Component integration testing: synonyms, link testing: testing performed to expose defects in the interfaces and interaction between integrated components. Component specification: a description of a component's function in terms of its output values for specified input values under specified conditions, and required non-functional behavior, for example, resource utilization. Component testing. Ref. After IEEE 610. Synonyms, module testing, program testing, unit testing: the testing of individual software components. Condition: see also, condition testing. Synonyms, branch condition: a logical expression that can be evaluated as true or false, for example, AB. Condition coverage: synonyms, branch condition coverage: the percentage of condition outcomes that have been exercised by a test suite. 100% condition coverage requires each single condition in every decision statement to be tested as true and false. Configuration: the composition of a component or system is defined by the number, nature, and interconnections of its constituent parts. Configuration control. Ref. IEEE 610. Synonyms, change control, version control: an element of configuration management, consisting of the evaluation, coordination, approval or disapproval, and implementation of changes to configuration items after formal establishment of their configuration identification. Configuration item. Ref. IEEE 610. An aggregation of hardware, software or both, that is designated for configuration management and treated as a single entity in the configuration management process. Configuration management. Ref. IEEE 610. A discipline applying technical and administrative direction and surveillance to identify and document the functional and physical characteristics of a configuration item, control changes to those characteristics, record and report change processing and implementation status, and verify compliance with specified requirements. Configuration management tool: a tool that provides support for the identification and control of configuration items, their status over changes and versions, and the release of baselines consisting of configuration items. Confirmation testing: synonyms, retesting: testing that runs test cases that failed the last time they were run, in order to verify the success of corrective actions. Control flow: a sequence of events, paths, in the execution through a component or system.